from there. My breakfast. Okay, I want to continue from yesterday into the vocabulary. You need to wear that. Okay. What is the? It's honorary.
Right.
Okay. Yesterday's work. Did you watch the movie that I gave? Did you manage to finish the movie? No. It's very long.
Very long.
Very slow. But
the language is too
difficult.
Yeah, too difficult to find, and maybe like British.
Yeah, it's British. It's very British.
Yeah.
Also, look at the British. I want you to do is look at the British system of schooling. Look at the literature. How they value literature. Okay. Yesterday where we start with the vocabulary. Okay. The vocab. Today also I want you to take a look at the writing again, and then we start with the writing. It's yesterday where we stopped 7. Okay. The vocab, not more than 3 words. Page 62. 62. Okay. Where we stopped yesterday. Okay. Also look at 61 first. Summary completion. Okay. Summary completion. Okay. Yesterday I was watching the news. Did you manage to get the news at 7 or late at 12? English news. Our currency, Malaysian currency, is at very good exchange rate with the US. We came back to, last time it was 4, now it came back to 3.8. So if you want to exchange Indonesian money to Malaysian money, not a good time.
Yes.
So, but if you want to change Malaysian money to your money, so we are good. So we are at the highest also. Yeah, okay. And then Datuk Najib is also very happy because Chinese New Year is coming, and then I think we all think he will dissolve Parliament after Chinese New Year. Yeah, okay. All right. The movie is so slow. Too slow for you. The accent is can't be understood. Oh, it's the accent that is the problem. Yeah. Okay.
We must watch
different one.
Okay, not just one time, maybe 2 times, 3 times.
To get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We try that.
Okay, you try whenever you are free. Okay, you try whenever you are free. Maybe this weekend, if you're not doing anything, you try and watch that. Yesterday also our song was an American. The tone, the accent was American accent. So what you were singing yesterday was American. So I think that is a very good song. Yeah, simple. Yeah, you want to ask your students to understand English, go ask them to look into that. Okay, look at that summary completion, yeah, number 4. Okay, so that's the writer's ideas. Look at the text, discuss with a partner. Look at the notes. Okay, so look at number 1 there. Supermarkets create waste by. So this is how you do. Also, you want to do ideas for your writing, you can do this. This is what we call summary. Yeah, okay, summary. So supermarkets create waste by overly demanding standards in place with suppliers, altering orders late in a day. So that is the problem there. Then food is thrown away, but some people are hungry, creating arable land to produce food that we do not need. And then food wasted at all stages of supply chain. Sell by date is too cautious, leads to wasting edible food. So that is summary of ideas. Okay, we go into the last page, 62, vocab. Yeah, today I want you to do writing. Go back into the first task. Towards we used, remember that paper last time. Okay, choose no more than 3 words from the passage. Look at that. You don't have to go back into the passage also. You can use your own words, yeah, whatever that comes to mind. Okay, choose no more than 3 words from the passage for each answer, usually whatever that is suitable. Okay, in some parts of the world, large quantities of food are thrown away every day, while elsewhere, okay, Pak Amin, I think you have done this.
No, right.
Okay, dash are going hungry and deforestation is taking place to prepare yet dash for growing crops. Okay, let's go into that first. Take out your pencil or pen. Okay, so the idea there is the connector is the word while. Okay, large quantities of food are thrown away every day, while elsewhere, so it should be a subject, yeah? Huh?
Malnourished people.
Okay, pronunciation, malnourished. Malnourished, okay? Yeah. Wait, I better give you this word also, since the pronunciation malnourished. Okay, nourished. Okay, or you can have okay, so it's the joint word, or this one same meaning, under nourished. Okay, right, not more than 3 words. Well, elsewhere, so you must give me a subject there. You cannot put malnourished alone. So
Malnourished people.
yeah, are going hungry and deforestation is taking place to prepare yet dash for growing crops. Without even looking at the passage also, you can come up with your own words. You don't have to worry. Okay, simple words also is good enough. This is to see whether you have enough vocabulary. Okay, betul? Prepare yet. Don't take a look at the answers. What? Yeah? Well, to prepare yet arable land for growing crops. Yes, very good. Okay, yes, okay. What is the meaning of arable? Can we use another word for arable?
Can be planted.
So what is another word to place for the word arable? Use your handphone. Look at the next synonym. Yeah, what is the meaning of that? Arable. Can you give me a different vocabulary?
Good for planting. Land good for planting.
Land good for?
Planting.
Anything else? That means the same thing. Look at arable. Arable. Okay. Arable.
Sorry.
How to pronounce malnourished?
Malnourished.
Okay.
Malnourished.
Okay.
Malnourished.
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 Okay. All right. Malnourished. Okay. Okay, malnourished. So we're looking at the word arable. Arable. So when you say arable farming, okay, that means land which has been ploughed, okay, before planting. So can we use a different word than arable? How to remember? Arable means land that can be used, that is already treated, given fertilizer. Good word to remember, arable. So Arabs. What about the Arabs? Most Arabs are very wealthy, so we can remember, right? Arabs means
Arab is not arable land.
yeah, sure. Their land is all sand. But we want to say the opposite. So arable means what? The Arabs. I want to say the land is already very rich. Okay, so arable land. Okay, learn. Can we use the word arable for any other subjects? Can. Check. Look at the word there. Arable can be used for other words, other terms, other than just land. How to use the word arable? Yeah. Today you're just learning that arable is for land. We can use arable for other things as well. Like what? What subject would be good for arable? Okay. Crops, meaning to say arable crops means what? Arable crops. Arable. Crops. Arable crops meaning to say, okay, things that will be suitable to plant. CROPS, arable. Okay. Or we can use arable product. What is meant by arable product?
Organic.
Yeah. Yes, maybe good products like organic products, that we arable products. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So mostly actually for land, you can use it for arable crops. Okay. Right. Arable. Okay, crops. We always use this. The village is blessed with a lot of arable land. Okay, right. So in the Arab countries, there is no arable land. Okay, they have to irrigate the land. Okay, right. So remember the vocabulary: Arabs, arable, wealthy.
The farm,
What?
the farm had always been mixed arable and dairy.
The farm
Had always
Been?
been mixed arable and dairy. Dairy.
Huh? The farm again. I cannot understand your sentence. Huh?
Had
always
been mixed arable and dairy.
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 D-A-I-R-Y.
Daily. I thought you said dairy. Daily. The farm had been
Always
mixed. What is the sentence? The farm
had always
had always
been mixed.
been. Am I? Is that correct? Mixed.
Mixed arable
And daily. This is no.
dairy.
Dairy.
Huh?
Dairy. Dairy.
I cannot understand pronunciation. Again, this is correct? This is until this one correct? No. Repeat your words.
The farm had always been arable, been mixed arable and Diary. Diary.
DAII.
By right, I should be able to catch what you're saying. The farm had always been mixed arable and dairy. Oh, dairy, not daily. Yes, that's why it didn't make sense. Okay, so diary. Okay, not DAI, not DAL. This is R. Okay, mixed arable and dairy. So that means there's what on the farm? Arable and dairy. There's goat, sheep. Okay, so a lot of things there, right? So there's also crop. The farm had always been mixed arable and dairy. That means there are crops, there are animals. Okay, so both. Okay, arable. I think in Malaysia we also have this at a lot of places. They plant and they have animals. Okay, yeah, arable. Okay, good. Alright, so we know how to use this. Yeah, prepare yet arable land for growing crops. So we come across new words, we try and remember arable land. So we say arable crops, CROPS, crops. Okay, yeah, arable land for growing crops. Okay, free guns. Free guns are highlighting these ways by eating the food that we refuse to eat. Doesn't fit the context. These ways by eating the food that we refuse to eat from. We refuse to eat from. Too many, cannot. Only 3. So if you put in that we dash and then individual households that we throw away from. You can put in simple things, okay? Or that we dispose from. Dispose. DISPOSE. Dispose from individual households. Pronunciation individual.
Individual.
Cannot be individual. Individual. DZ. Individual. Okay, right. Individual. Yeah, that we dispose from individual households. Supermarkets and the supply chain itself are responsible for this wastage. If you go to so many, there's this. They create their own compost fertilizer. Most houses that you go, if they plant their own vegetable garden, they will have like a box. They'll have a box and then they put in soil, and then they put in whatever that is considered organic waste to produce compost. Okay, but I don't want to do it at my house because it will bring in a lot of flies. It will bring in a lot of unwanted animals. I'm afraid of snakes. So if you try and do that, the compost, it will be very good fertilizer. There is a box, okay, they put in soil inside and then they put in banana peel, whatever waste, and then you have to close it, but it will attract so many flies, unwanted animals there. But if you leave it for 6 months, you will get good compost if you want to do it. Yeah, they do it, especially now in Malaysia. We try in our kampung, in our village, we try and create our own compost. And then we have the chickens to help us. The chickens will come and they will move the soil, so they will eat the worms and everything. So that is natural compost. Yeah, so the cycle goes back. Okay, right. So number 12. If shoppers plan their, put in words that make sense. Plan their food consumption more carefully in advance. Okay, other than food consumption, plan their, shoppers plan their. What about a budget? Can we put in a budget? What about budget? Food budget. Okay, if shoppers plan their food budget more carefully in advance, okay, the amount of food needlessly thrown away could be reduced. Okay, right. However, the main source of waste is the major supermarkets to the high demands they place on suppliers to provide them with perfectly shaped fruit and vegetables. Okay, and in addition, altering orders for that one. What is that?
Pies, pizza.
Huh? Late in the day. So altering orders for, we had that word just now. Go back to that summary. Okay. What? Overly demanding standards in place with suppliers, altering orders late in a day. Go back to that paragraph.
Order for pies, pizza, or pastries.
Yeah, what? Which paragraph is that? So they alter. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, much of the blame. Okay, almost perfect shape and size. They often rejected, or a supermarket may at the last minute change its order for pies, pizzas, or pastries. So either way, the supplier is left with unwanted perishable stock and has no choice but to throw it away. So if we go back to our line, okay, in addition, altering orders for what? Yeah, pies, pizza, or pastries. Okay, late in a day. So much of the food that is thrown away is out of date. However, the dates which are designed to protect, pronunciation, yeah, protect. I must hear the t behind it. Protect consumers are pronunciation are over cautious. Now I'm not getting it right. I'm not hearing it right. Cautious. The sh there, the sh. Cautious. Rezeki. Cautious. Nope. Cautious. Cautious, over cautious. Because if you say, how did you say it just now? Over cautious. Where's the tongue? Over cautious. Cautious. Got it right. Cautious. Okay. Right. Over cautious. Okay. So this results in perfectly edible food being discarded because it legally
Can't be sold.
Can't
be sold.
Spelling?
Cannot be sold.
It legally can't be sold by the supermarkets. It legally can't be sold, SOLD, by the supermarkets. Okay? If the supermarket sell this, so anybody buying can actually sue the supermarket. Yeah. Actually, Malaysia is not a culture that has this behavior, sue. But in the US, if you stay there, anything that is, they will sue. Subjected to be sued. If they find a bar of chocolate and the bar of chocolate has gone bad, you find, let's say, a maggot in the bar of chocolate, they will sue the company. Yeah. I think Malaysia, Asian countries, we are not a culture of suing because to pay legal fees is very high. But if you stay in the US, it is very common to sue somebody, even if somebody defames you. A defamation. What's the meaning of defamation? Somebody says bad things about you. You must be careful. You can tell that person, I will. If somebody says, okay, I am not good. See, if they say Madam Marina is not, is a very bad person. Okay, then I will tell that person, I will sue you for defamation. Defamation means, that means you have said things that are not true about me. So that culture is, there. I will sue you for defamation. I think, yes, slander, fitnah, right? I will sue you for defamation. And then if I win the court case, I will win lots of money. So the culture is not here. But if you stay in the States, you can sue for defamation. That's why they are very careful. You want to say something about another politician, you must have your facts, or else you will find you get a subpoena, see you in court.
Especially in social media.
Yeah, in the social media. Okay.
So
penalty by money or
What?
by
What?
penalty by money or by what?
Money, of course. I will take you to court and sue you for every cent that you have. All. You give everything to me. That is the culture of suing. But it is not here. We don't see that here. But if you live overseas, so you find this is very common. That's why they are very, very careful about product, about what they say. And then people are very polite. But not here in Asian countries.
we have experience about it.
Yeah, you have no experience about this. If you go to Singapore, if you go even to Singapore, the Chinese in Singapore Chinese are very polite. The ones who are very rude are the Chinese from China. They come to Singapore and they work as bus drivers, as the labourers. They are the ones who are very rude. But if you meet Singaporean Chinese themselves, they are very polite. So I have not seen that culture in Malaysia. I want to see that politeness being practiced in Malaysia. I have not seen that. Yeah. So I want to see that. And people are not careful about writing. But now in Malaysia, we have taken several bloggers to the court. Bloggers, they blog about things that are not true. Oh yes, some of our politicians have taken them to the court and they have to pay. I don't know how they're going to pay, where they're going to get the money. 500,000, where they're going to get the money. And then if you are declared a bankrupt, you can't even wear anything. You wear gold ring, you wear jewellery, you have to give it to the person who won the court claim. Yeah. Of course, to have a lawyer, to have a court sitting, you must have 900 ringgit. 900 Malaysian ringgit for one court sitting. First, you have to pay already. You must have that money. At least, about, I think, plus minus to pay lawyer and everything, 5k before you take somebody to the court. That's why we are very careful. So we tell our students, before you forward something that is not true, you please check your sources. One, dosa memfitnah, right? So the sin of actually slandering people, you have to wait. And I think in the day of life hereafter, everybody has gone into heaven or hell. You wait for this person. Where are you going to find that person among thousands of people to apologize? That's one consequence. And then another two is, second consequence is that you are legally liable to be sued. Yeah, okay. We have seen a lot of Malaysians now more smart. They take people to the courtroom. Yeah. So anything that is not the same. I have a friend, menu. Oh my God, I will not ever go out with that person again. from Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Nurlida. So I think the camera is capturing true experience of mine. We went to Concord Japanese restaurant. So the menu that arrived is not the same with the picture on the menu. She called, demand to see the manager. The manager came. This is not the same, she said. Not the same picture. I don't know where to hide my face. I don't know where to put my face under the table. I was so embarrassed. The manager gave us, we don't have to pay, free eating. But because she was so particular, she was brought up where she went to study in the States. To me, it's the same. But to her, it's not the same. It's not the same.
He or she?
Huh? She
She come from faculty of
Engineering.
So it should be
same, exact. But I was so embarrassed. You eat for free. So the manager said, don't pay, you don't have to pay because this is not the same. Oh my God, I will never go out with her again.
Because maybe she want to eat free.
I don't No, I don't think so. She is so particular.
Just tell us where is the restaurant.
Concord, Japanese restaurant.
Okay, we can go there.
Concord, down below, ground level, Japanese restaurant.
Concord Hotel.
But the manager would know already. This one, maybe they changed it, I don't know. That was about, what, 6 years ago? I'll never go out with her again. So embarrassing. It's not just, I don't know what was not the same. To me, it looked the same. So there are people who are so particular, and then I think we should be particular. Read all the food labels, look at the expiry date. If supermarket is selling something that is not good, put in your complaint as a consumer. It's your right as a consumer. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This culture is not, but we have seen bloggers being taken to court. Raja Putra has to pay 5 million for the last case he blocked, and then people take him to court. Not true. I don't know how is he paying. Maybe the court has a system. I do not know. Okay, look at the next one. 16 to 19. Complete the summary below. This one word only from the box. Okay. So anything that we do not know, we know the meaning of everything already. Okay, so we can try. Right. Several dash have been put forward. Several solutions have been put forward. Most of them target the policies of the supermarkets. They include the abolition of the system of dates past which a product cannot be sold, and making their waste strategy subject to the law. Pronunciation law. Another solution focuses on the redistribution of waste from supermarkets to those in need. Okay. Companies that reallocate food are increasing in number as this business proves profitable and benefits everyone. Okay, right. I haven't seen this company in this NGO, non-governmental organisation in Malaysia that does this, but I've seen in Australia, non-governmental organisation. It's a group of people. They have like a warehouse. They've got fridge, big fridge. So anything that the supermarket doesn't want, they take it and they put in the fridge. And there are lots of people who are very poor. They go there and they take things for free. The date is already out of date, expired already, but they put this in fridge. So these people come in and they take for free. I don't think we have that in Malaysia also, but I've seen that in Australia. So a lot of poor people means people who are below poverty line. and then also lots of indigenous people. The Australians, indigenous people themselves, okay, they are very poor. Okay, what is indigenous? Aborigines. The Aborigines, so they are very poor, so they go in and they take that. Yeah. Okay, right. So you understand how to do this. If you are a reader, you get this automatically. Okay, right. Let's go back to 6, chapter 6. Okay, right. For our writing, page 56. Okay, 56. A little bit more for task 1. 56. Yeah, when you had written last time, you didn't use this vocabulary. Increase, look at that box. Falling, fluctuates, rising, reaching a peak gradually, sharp, a low point, steadily, very little, no change. What about this word, rapid? R-A-P-I-D, can you add that word, rapid?
Yes.
But if you add S to that word, it becomes a different thing already. Rapid, R-A-P-I-D. If you add S to the word R-A-P-I-D-S, rapids, it becomes what? R-A-P-I-D and R-A-P-I-D-S. Okay, rapids.
Rapid using as like a river.
Yeah. So what you call, I think in Malay, what is that? Jeram. You have that, right? Jeram in Indonesian language. So if you add just S, it becomes the river rapid.
Yes.
But you use the word rapidly, he moves rapidly, the bus moves rapidly, the bus is moving fast. So we have our bus system in Malaysia, rapid bus. So the rapid KL means it's efficient. Yeah. But if you try taking the bus, very, very stressful. Have you tried taking the bus in Malaysia? Take the LRT, yes, it moves fast and it goes to a lot of places. Try doing this. Take the LRT, go to Kajang. Go and eat satay Kajang. You can take from section 19 and then Zan, am I correct? You can take LRT at section 19. No, that's not LRT. What is that? That's commuter. That's a commuter train. Go to Shah Alam section 19, go to KL Central, then take LRT to Kajang. Go from KL Central. KTM is the commuter won't take you to Kajang. You have to go into KL Central, then change your train, take that LRT into Kajang. Go and experience satay Kajang. Kajang. Kajang, the best satay in Malaysia.
Chicken or what?
You can have whatever that you want. Chicken, you can have meat, you can have
Computer can go from KL Central to Kajang.
yes, computer goes there also. So if you don't have anything to do, go and experience satay Kajang. Good place.
We can go there.
You can go there.
No.
No, not now. This LRT was just newly completed. Before this, it doesn't take people into Kajang. Nowadays, Malaysians just go to Kajang just to eat satay Kajang. The business has actually tripled. Not double, but the business has actually tripled because of the LRT. So they have to thank the government. So actually the government has actually made people's lives much easier. Yeah. So now we are targeting everything moved by LRT. Yeah. So that is a good transportation system which moves rapidly, easy, clean transportation, no pollution. Yeah, it's fast. You just pay very cheap. I think it doesn't cost you not more than 5 ringgit. To actually go back and forth. So very fast. Go enjoy yourselves, stress free. Experience the LRT. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I want you to take a look at this one. Look at the graph. So far we have taken a look at a pie chart. Remember I gave you pie chart? Yes, done that already. Table I've given you. So now this is what we call a bar chart. Okay. What is it saying about this? So academic task 1 questions often ask you to compare more than one graph. So we've done pie chart, we have done table. So this is more than one table. Following 2 graphs show the climate in 2 cities. Use the words in the box and the information in the graphs. Complete the following passage. There are more words or phrases than spaces. You will not use them at all. What's the difference between words and phrases? What is the meaning of a phrase? Phrase, F-H-R-A-S-E. Phrase means more than one word. It's a phrase. That means it's a saying. Like this, bread and butter. Bread and butter. Bread and butter is a phrase. So what is your bread and butter? My bread and butter is selling education. Okay, right. So Alice Springs, Australia. Alice Springs, if is this one in Australia is the driest city. Okay, and then look at this place, Entebbe, Uganda. So rainfall, temperature, and precipitation. Look at that. Okay, see how colour changes our perception. Okay, like so rainfall. In Malaysia, the place where you get the most rainfall would be in Taiping, Perak, and the least rainfall would be in Zan. Where is that? Negeri Sembilan. No rain at all. The driest. What? There's a place in Negeri Sembilan where you will not get rain at all. It's very, very dry. Jelebu, Negeri Sembilan, so dry. Okay. Taiping in Malaysia, the most rainfall in Malaysia would be Taiping. Yeah. Okay. And then if you want to go to the islands in Malaysia, you cannot go in November, December, January. The islands will be closed. You want to visit a good island, Pulau Tioman, Pulau Redang. These are very good islands to visit. So you don't visit these islands in these months because they close. The sea is too rough. Yeah. Okay. Because why? In those months the rain comes. You get heavy rain. Okay. Right. So this one, Alice Springs, where it's very, very dry, and versus Entebbe, Uganda, there's a lot of rainfall. Okay. Temperature. Look at that, and the temperature there. Okay. Today, if you take a look at today's temperature in Malaysia this morning, as I was driving, temperature 23 degrees. So very cold. But it's going to get hotter and hotter. Okay, look at that word. So we say increase, falling, rising, reaching a peak. That's a phrase. Reaching a peak. Fluctuates. Okay. Gradually, sharp, steadily, a low point, no change, very little. What about this word? Can you add this word there? Plateau. Plateau. It's a plateau. Plateau. Plateau, meaning constant. Constant. Okay, right. Okay. Take about 5 minutes. Look at that yellow box. You're going to write afterwards. This week I plan to do the task 2 so that You can write for task 2. Where is Alice Springs in Australia? Take a look at Google it. Google it. Alice Springs at the north. Okay, I think we can try this. Quite clear, right? The use of little. Okay, looking first at rainfall, you can see that there is, yes, very, huh? Very little rain in Alice Springs. Very little. Okay, so looking first at rainfall, you can see that there is very little rain in Alice Springs. In Indonesia, which place is very dry? Where is it that you get very little rain, huh? Where?
It's near Bali.
Huh?
It's near Bali.
Near Bali, very dry.
East of Bali.
East of Bali is very dry.
Right.
Very little rain. And where is the most heavy rain?
The most heavy rain in West Java, called Bogor City.
Bogor City, you get
Yes, we call
Rain City.
the rain city.
the rain city.
Yes.
Bogor is in
Bogor
the,
is, the south of Jakarta.
so in the, where is it? Town of Bogor is in nearest to? Not Jakarta. South of Jakarta.
Kilometer from Jakarta.
60 kilometers.
Yes.
But is the very heavy rain there?
Yes.
Most every day rain.
Every day it rains. Every day it rains.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until now.
Until now?
Yes.
So what's the main occupation of the people there? If there is so much rain.
No, I think now is a growth.
Huh? The place is good.
More hotel right now.
More hotels
A new hotel.
in Bogor. So it is developing.
Yes.
We like stay there. We like stay there.
Bogor.
Jakarta people who have stressful go to Bogor.
Why?
Very cold.
Oh, Jakarta people who are stressed up.
Hot.
Jakarta very hot, and in weekend Bogor is very jam.
Oh, so everybody goes down
Yeah.
to Bogor. Yeah. So that place is very heavy rain, very little rain, as you said, is it?
Nusa Tenggara Timur.
Ah.
Nusa Tenggara.
So what's the occupation of the people there, where there is very little rain? What do they do?
Maybe civil sector.
What?
Just fisherman.
Oh, so this near the sea,
And
Near the sea. Near the sea, but
producing salt.
But
producing salt.
Yes.
the
Nusa Tenggara Timur.
many karang tuh.
Huh?
Corals.
Corals. We call a corals island.
Oh, it's called a coral island.
Yes.
Okay. It's very nice to visit, I think. Yeah. This place, Alice Springs, is up actually in the north. It's a desert. It's a desert. I haven't been to this one, Entebbe, Uganda. I haven't been, but I've flown over Alice Springs. Okay, looking at rainfall, you can see that there is very little rain in Alice Springs, which is typical for a desert. No, pronunciation desert and desert. Make sure this one is desert. Yeah, the one that you eat after your meal is dessert. Can I have some dessert? If you say, can I have some dessert, they'll give you sen. Okay, so pronunciation, just one S difference. Okay, dessert and desert. It's typical for a desert climate. Yes, there is about 50 millimeter of rain in January. This falls, yes, gradually to approximately 20 millimeters in August before, yes, rising again. 50 millimeter in December. See the usage of very little. Just now you had used this falls gradually and before rising again. So Entebbe, on the other hand, okay, so the usage of on the other hand has a very different pattern. The amount of rain, huh? Huh?
Fluctuates.
Spell it and what?
Fluctuates.
Fluctuates. Pronunciation. Fluctuates. The amount of rain fluctuates considerably. Fluctuate means up and down, up and down. It fluctuates up and down. Okay. What would fluctuate in our money? Malaysian money does not really fluctuate, right? Yeah, you know more about money than me. Okay. So what would actually fluctuate? Yes, the stock exchange would actually fluctuate, right? Okay.
Emotion?
Huh? Emotion. A person's emotion fluctuate. Really? He's very emotional.
If I meet Progressiono, then my emotion will go up.
Fluctuating. Usually we are very calm. A person who actually does a lot of zikir would be like Mr. Yusman. He's very calm. I don't think your emotion would actually really fluctuate. Our heart, your heart is fluctuating. The heartbeat goes up and down whenever you see a beautiful woman. Okay,
That is normal.
that, yeah. Okay,
If I
it's
see
normal.
a beautiful woman, so my heart is
Will
okay.
fluctuate.
Low, and then
What if you see a beautiful student in front of you? Cannot teach. Can you teach?
More attention.
More attention. That is very natural.
I just ask her to make a presentation. and the class.
So your life become more interesting. So fluctuate. Policy, our policy here in this university never a lecturer, no relationship. It is frowned upon. If a lecturer has a relationship with students, okay, be it male or female to male, it is looked down upon. It is university policy. You shouldn't, okay. There was a case last time in this school. This girl, my friend, was very beautiful, and my teacher wanted her. She's very beautiful, but the father, this was a school hostel. So this girl was so beautiful. So the teacher fell in love with this girl, but the father didn't give this girl to the teacher. The father gave the sister, the older sister, to this teacher. But it is actually the teacher shouldn't. Actually, his job is to teach. He shouldn't be actually using his emotions. He shouldn't follow his emotions. So we all frown at that teacher. His emotions was fluctuating. So whenever he sees this girl, he would teach. This girl doesn't come, we would be down. So I think that was very bad. Until today, we can remember that incident. How many years ago? When I was 17 years old. So the father gave the elder sister, not so beautiful as this girl. What?
Yeah, what's the name girl?
Oh, what's her name? Roslina. Okay. Now she is a doctor. She's a medical doctor. One of the directors of one of our medical institute. She's very successful. She's married to her own boyfriend. But you shouldn't, okay? If you get a handsome guy or beautiful, it's like policy of our company, UITM policy. We frown a person having a relation. Of course, students will text you. Oh, they know you have money, right? Sometimes the girls, right? They know you have money, so they know you will entertain and but you shouldn't. That is company policy. So it becomes very difficult. And then if your name is, once your name is tarnished, that teacher was transferred out to a rural area. He was in Sungai Petani in Kedah, so transferred out to a more rural village because of that incident. So it is like our kementerian doesn't like that happening. Yeah. So okay, emotions must be very stable. Emotions cannot fluctuate. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you see there. Okay. Where were we just now? Okay, the amount. Okay, first 3 months of the year there is very sharp increase in rainfall. Then
Reaching a peak
of about 250 millimeters in April. You see rainfall. Millimeter is how small. Millimeter is smaller than cm.
centimeter.
It's even smaller. So look at that, 250 millimeters. What is the amount? 250 millimeters. This is about 5 cm. 5 cm is like this. So
25 cm.
So 25 cm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just about half of this. So very little rain. Just about that. That is 250 millimeters. So okay, not much rain. This is followed by an equally dramatic drop. Use that word. Nice. That word is a very nice word. Dramatic.
A low point.
What?
A low point of about 8
This is followed by an equally dramatic drop to, where's that? A low point of about 80 millimeters in July. The word dramatic is a very nice word. Use it when you want to write. Use the word dramatic drop. If I ask you a question, is he a very dramatic person? What is your answer? Is he a very dramatic person? What do I mean? Is he a very dramatic person?
Very
Very
nice.
different.
Not very nice, but
Very different.
huh?
Very different.
He's very dramatic.
Could be
It can make you cry. Dramatic. It's very
Positive.
different.
I would say that if a person is very dramatic, that person is very emotional. So you don't want to be with a person that is so dramatic. Why is he so dramatic? We would say that, why is he so dramatic? Sometimes he would cry, and then sometimes he would scold people. You know, sometimes he would shout at people. Then he is so unstable. He's very dramatic. Okay, right. Dramatic drop. Okay, to a low point of about 80 millimeters in July. For the next 3 months, there is
no change.
yes, in the amount of rain until October, when it starts to
Increase again.
yes. Okay, so you need to use all these words if you get a graph that is like this. Okay, all right. We finish the last one, then we take a short break. Then the last 1 hour you write. Okay. Read the paragraph again. Okay, what expression is used to contrast the two cities? What two words are used to describe numbers which are not exact? So what expression is used to contrast the two cities? So like what? We can use, actually a lot of those words there are used to contrast between the two cities. Okay. When describing trends, you will need to use prepositions correctly. Preposition, yeah? To, from, under, in. Complete sentences 1 to 5. Global warming with prepositions in the box. So you need to use prepositions correctly. This will give you the marks. Okay. This preposition, beside and besides, what is the difference? Can you tell me how to differentiate between the use of beside and besides?
Beside is beside me.
Then how to use besides?
Besides.
I mean is beside you. Then when to use besides?
Preposition. Besides.
Yes. Something not definitely.
Get the, be sure of your answer. Google besides. How to use besides? That day the use of while and
To express.
wells. So that one not much difference. Just the British love to use whiles. Okay, British will use this. Very common for a British person to use, yeah, whiles. It's the same thing as whiles, but they love to use this. If you see any British person who speaks, they love to use whiles. It's the same thing as while. Okay, so just now you say beside and besides. So this one is the preposition. So
Besides.
this is the preposition. What? What is that?
Connect to sentence to explain the first sentence.
How? Connect to sentence. So, besides the point. What is the meaning of besides the point? Which one? Beside or B-E-S-I-D-E-S? Besides the point. Besides the point. How? Okay, use this one. Besides the point. That means this is not the preposition. This is for what? Okay. You say besides this. Complete the sentence. Besides this. Complete the sentence. So besides. So don't make the error in using beside and besides. So beside there would mean in. Besides with the S would mean in addition. Yes. So
Excluding.
excluding sentence.
Yesterday we went go together, excluding
Huh?
Pak Solehin.
Yesterday you went
Together.
where? Okay, yesterday you went sentence hanging. Okay, yesterday you went together to the supermarket.
Excluding Pak Solehin.
They went to put in your besides.
Can or not?
Yesterday we went to the supermarket without.
Excluding or except.
Okay, yesterday we went to the supermarket without Pak Solehin. Okay. But you cannot use excluding Pak Solehin. Right. Okay. Wait, I want the besides. Besides the main point. Besides the main point. Give me a sentence besides so that you are very sure. Besides. If you notice the word whilst in this book, there's a lot of whilst because British whilst. Besides,
I'm capable of doing the work and a lot more besides.
besides what? That's it, hanging. I'm capable of doing work and a lot more besides it. Besides it, okay? Yeah, so with the S, that means in addition to that. Okay, right. So that is not the preposition. That is like the meaning of in addition. Okay, like rapid and rapids, don't add the S. It is no longer preposition. Anything else? Always people ask me, which one is correct? I live at Alostar or I live in Alostar? Which one to use in or at? I live in Indonesia or I live at Indonesia? Which one? Yeah, I live in Indonesia. Okay, but how to use at?
I live at Jalan Kepau.
Yes, so the address is the usage of at. Okay, right. I live in Shah Alam. My address is at
Jalan Kepau.
Jalan Kebun. Kepau.
Yeah.
K-E-P-A-U.
Kepau.
Your place right now.
Yes.
Kepau.
Section 18.
I think it's named after what? Kepau is.
Kepau is rice Jalan Pinang.
Oh, okay. So we name according to sometimes fish, like my area according to birds. Okay. So the use of is, the use of am and at is very clear, right? Never make a mistake with that. And then this word among and amongst, A-M-O-N-G, among, and the other one is amongst, A-M-O-N-G-S-T, amongst. When to use among and when to use amongst. You use it, right? A lot. So preposition. The most common mistake, among and amongst. So among and amongst. So which one is the, both are preposition. But, okay, how to use among? Among all of you,
Compare.
what? Can we make a sentence? We all like coffee. Can we make a sentence?
Among all like coffee.
Huh?
Among all of us.
There are coffee lovers among amongst all of us. So you can see that amongst is with a big group, amongst. Bigger group use amongst, small group use among. Among the three of you, Mr. Mursal is a coffee lover. Okay, among the three of you. But the amongst, okay, so amongst all of us, so bigger group amongst all of us, okay, make a sentence with that, amongst Malaysians, okay. Durians is synonym amongst Malaysians. What do I mean by that? Durians is synonymous actually. Durians is synonymous so durians is synonymous amongst Malaysian. It's very difficult to find a Malaysian who does not like durians. Very rare that a Malaysian does not like durians. So the use of amongst, durians is synonymous amongst Malaysians. That's a big group. But you can say among the three of you. Okay? So he does not like durians. Okay, this word, since we are talking about this difference between immigrate and emigrate. Since we talk about this, immigrate and emigrate.
Immigrate is come into, but emigrate is
Okay, within the two words, which person has got the intention of actually going back to his or her own country?
I'm going back.
That I go to that if this person uses the word immigrate, that means he or she has the intention of actually going back to his country. But if you use the word emigrated, that means no intention of going back. So this one, he emigrated to Canada. That means he does not have the intention of going back. Perhaps coming back to Malaysia, no. So he emigrated to Canada. That means go and stay forever. But if you use the word, he immigrated to Canada. Yes, he will be going back. He has the intention of going back to his own country. So he immigrated. That's why we call immigrants, the illegal immigrants or the legal immigrants, they have the intention of actually going back to their own country. That means they are just in that particular country just to work.
He changed nationality.
Change your nationality, emigrated with the E. Okay, he emigrated to Australia. Change the passport. Okay, but if they are immigrants, that means they just come to work and then they plan to go back, take all the riches, go back to their own country. Yeah. Which
how to difference using among and between?
between
Among and between.
two different things. You are sitting between the two of them. Okay, so between the two of them, no, you cannot say among the two of them. So between, that means your comparison between the two of you. Who is taller? Who's taller between the two of you? Definitely Mr. Mursal is taller than, is taller than Mr. Mursal. Right.
But is like
He's taller. Okay. So between the two of you, who's taller? You use the word between. Okay, but among more. Among the three of you, 1, 2, 3.
And amongst
Among bigger group. Okay, between is for comparison of two people. Okay, who is taller or who's richer among the two of you? Cannot be. Who's richer among the three of you? For more than two people. Okay, just between us. The secret is just between us. That means
You and me.
yes, two people. Okay, we say you and I. You cannot say I and my friend. You have to say my friend and I. The secret is just between you and I. Okay, but perhaps you can use this. The secret was safe amongst them. So bigger group. So the secret was safe among the three of them. So three use among. You cannot say the secret is safe between the three of them. Okay.
can we say a sentence like who is most rich amongst us?
Yes, very good. Who is the most rich amongst us?
We are
That would be
Among
Mr.
us,
Yusman.
Usman is one.
Definitely.
Yusman is the richest amongst us. Alhamdulillah. Am I correct? Am I just assuming you are rich?
You get
Definitely.
you get
Okay.
one.
So who is the richest amongst all of you? Use the word amongst. Okay,
Amongst.
yeah, right. But if you want to use among, just a small group. Okay, among the three of us, okay, he is the tallest. You cannot use this word. He is the most intelligent, because intelligence is, can we measure? Can we measure the intelligence? Can you see whether intelligence is in a person or not? Cannot. Okay, intelligence is very difficult to measure. Even if I think that this person gets 4 flat, it gets a CGPA of every semester 4 flat. But I don't know whether this person, if I put this person in on the street, whether he or she will survive or not. So some people are probably book smart, some people are street smart. So some knowledge is not actually in books. Yeah, some knowledge is not in books. So people who've been on the street, they are probably survivors, smarter also in that way. Okay, that's why if you have got children, expose them, make sure they are also, they know how to function in the real world. Give them a little bit of freedom, make sure they know how to function and they know how to survive when you are not around. Make them a little bit street smart and very independent. Teach them to be independent, right? Okay, I finish this, then we take a short break. Okay? Global warming. Anything else I said just now? Sorry? Emigrated. So besides and besides, is it clear? Preposition, beside and besides. Okay, right? The WHILST is the same with the word while. It's just that the British love to use whiles. Very common expression. Okay, global warming. Global warming will increase average temperatures from
to 13.5
5
degrees
in the next
over.
over the next 40 years. Yes, over. Bridge over troubled waters. That song, over. Okay, over the next 40 years. Number 2,
From
1970 to there was a 70% increase in increase in greenhouse gases. Okay, right. People actually, do people pay very serious attention to global warming now? Actually, now the awareness, there is more on awareness on global warming. In Selangor, no plastic bag day on Saturdays. If you want to have plastic bag, you have to pay 20 cents just for one plastic bag. So this is an effort towards global warming, to increase global warming. We think that plastic bags actually contributes to global warming.
I think any place in Malaysia is
Most places, Penang, Saturday, Sunday, no plastic bag.
oh,
You want plastic bag, you pay. Okay, I think they actually ban plastic bags, but there are places who gives plastic bag. Saturday, Sunday, you want plastic bag, you pay 20 cents. Selangor, Saturday, pay 20 cents. I think Malacca also has enforced no plastic bag day. So you carry your own bag. This is for efforts to reduce global warming. Yeah. People in the Western countries, global warming is a big thing. For us, global warming, we don't even pay the slightest attention. What steps do we take to reduce global warming in our own country? In your country, are you aware of global warming? What do you do?
Yes.
So they reduce what?
Electricity usage.
There is one day where we switch off. We call it Earth. What the something Earth Day. So we switch off everything. No lights. One day, no electricity on that night. So we,
Not one day, I think, but only
1 hour.
1 hour only. 1 hour. 1 hour. And then we try and reduce our carbon footprint. We try but we have not done this. Electric cars. Electric cars, the Tesla, the first electric car, Tesla, Tesla, no engine in front. So it just uses the electric. But the cost of Tesla is 1.2 million. Too expensive. 1.2 million. Who can afford 1.2 million? Although you're trying to reduce global warming. Yeah. So we try and plant more greens. Yeah, more greens. Next step in UITM, we want to make our campus more attractive. Now you see our buildings. Oh my God. If you see our buildings, you go around the campus, you will sleep. Buildings are so unattractive. But we are all aware of that. You've been everywhere. You go to other campuses. The buildings are so attractive, so colourful. So next step, what we are going to do, maybe in 2-3 years' time, when you come back, you will see that our buildings will be painted. It will be very attractive. Soon. That's a project. The VC has said yes to this project. He is now trying to find funds to actually paint the buildings and make it look more attractive. Okay. I don't know about our trees, whether we're going to plant more trees. We have not seen plans for that, but we're going to have plans to make the buildings more attractive. So you go around campus, you will not sleep. At your college, make it attractive. Campus, is your college very attractive? No, buildings are not colourful.
Imitation of land.
Huh? Yeah, imitation. Huh?
Land.
That's it. No colour.
White.
All white. So very boring. You go and visit this college. You're a rector. Go and visit this college, Lim Kok Wing College in Putrajaya. The buildings are very attractive, very colourful. You can Google also Lim Kok Wing College in Putrajaya. Which campus? Yes.
The color.
green.
No, not green. Orange.
Orange. Oh, which campus is this?
Win Solidarity.
So sometimes colour. Yeah. Okay. So global warming. What else we can do? Trees. So do not cut down all your these coastal areas, mangrove swamps, fire bakau, don't cut it. Keep all your mangrove swamps. Yeah. The tsunami that hit Penang Island, what year was it? The big tsunami, you have it in Aceh. It also hit Penang Island. I was there. How many years ago was that? We were saved by our mangrove swamp, but still we had about 19 people who died. 19 people who died here also in Penang. I was there at that time, so actually I was so shocked. I was going to a kenduri and then everybody, all the kampung folks said, what happened? And then I look at the river, oh my god, the water was so black going in that manner. And then I went to the hospital, they brought in the bodies one by one, everything covered in mud. Yeah, so that memory stuck with me. That's why I went to Aceh to visit the Aceh Museum. I went to visit last 2 years. I went to Aceh. I went to Aceh before tsunami and after tsunami, and last year I went again. And before that, you know, to get up for subuh prayers, it was very difficult for me. But when I saw the ship being pushed inside the town, 5 kilometers, the ship that is 7-story high, and the ship was like as big as the football field, was pushed inside the town, right smack into town, 5 kilometers from the shore. It went into the town. The next morning I got up, no problem. I prayed. Yeah, I prayed. You now okay already, but you see the realization that actually God is so powerful. Push that. Yeah. Okay, so global warming, and look at that next one. We finish it. 3.
Between.
Huh?
Between.
What?
Between 1904 and 2000.
Pronunciation?
Between.
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 Huh? Between.
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 Between. Yes, between 1904 and 2004, there has been a rise. Off. Okay, 0.5%. 4. Water levels are increasing by 2 cm every year. Okay, 5. Temperatures fall in winter and rise in summer. Okay, right. We are lucky. We only experience rain and sunshine. Okay. Alright, let's take a break. We come back at 11. 11, we look at the writing task. Not this one, but the one that I gave in chapter 1 last time.